Oh, that was such a gentle one. I need a little bit more, but Apollo's here. And Miss Nancy will scold me if it's too loud. There he is. The records are now open. The lion rises. What's up, Apollo? It is truly all about your intuition when it comes to opening your extrasensory perceptions, getting psychic with yourself, getting down to healing, shifting, opening, and expanding. This is the game of enlightenment. I'm so happy that you guys are here to dive in and play with me today. My name is Emily Harrison. I am the founder and director here inside the Akashic Academy, this amazing training ground for light workers. My area of expertise, which we are going to get to play in today, is the Akashic Records. This is the area of consciousness, the realm where all information has been programmed. Every detail of your past, your present, all possible futures exist here within this space and is recorded from a perspective of unconditional love and zero judgment. The beautiful thing about being able to witness yourself from a space of unconditional love and zero judgment is it allows powerful healing inside of you when you can witness yourself releasing all of the shame, the guilt, the frustration, the embarrassment that you've held onto, and we all do this. You actually stand a chance of shifting your chemistry within your body, shifting your emotions, shifting your thoughts, releasing those things that are holding you back, and getting really, really dynamic and good at using your intuition. All of those blocks, all of those densities, all of those areas where we need to shift and heal our life, those things stand in the way of our intuition. And your intuition is the key. It's the key for every single person. It is the key for humanity to continue to grow and expand and evolve, is all of us recognizing that we have this skill. Intuition is your ability to know things instantly. Many people look at this as a superpower. I'm going to inspire you today to look at this as a normal power. I was in the grocery store the other day, and there was a mom walking through with little kids. And my kids are grown now. They walk normal. But the mom was dragging the kids along, and they're doing weird jumps and skips and like pulling on her arms. And she's like, walk normal. Hey, walk normal. And I started laughing to myself because I can't tell you how many times I've used that phrase, walk normal. All my light workers out there, all of you who are joining, thank you, by the way, for coming every single weekend, creating this time to sacredly expand yourself and expand the collective. But I want to inspire all of you out there who are watching now, if you're watching on the replay, walk normal. Just like you use your arms and your legs and you're moving through your life and you're walking normal, you have these gifts, these skills and abilities that you can use like normal, like everyday life. Use your intuition to help you. Just pause for a moment, and then we're going to dive into some questions. Pause for a moment. Let's start by creating this sacred space together by imagining. If you are driving, send part of yourself to a sacred mountain to work on this. Don't close your eyes. All right? But for those of you who have come here in this sacred space to expand, pause for a second. I want you to begin to embody through your imagination, through your feelings, through your thoughts, through every aspect of your imagination that you can bring into this moment right now. How does this change your life when you have crystal clear intuition, the ability to know things instantly? When you can get instant feedback, instant guidance, instant course correction, instant inspiration, instant answers to questions that you have been pondering. Maybe we have some researchers and scientists in the house. What happens when you can instantly unlock access to that higher level information and creativity, when you can assimilate knowledge and information? What's that mean for your business? I know we've got lots of light workers and healers here. When you get really sharp at knowing that, when you need to course correct, when you need to dive in and know about a project or what next steps to take, how valuable is that for you? Hugely valuable. What does that mean in your pocketbook, in your finances? If you are a healer or an intuitive or a mystic or a teacher, when you get sharp and you can start moving very, very swiftly, walking normally, you're not, I don't know if I should, I don't know. I don't want to get too big in my britches. I want to help too many people. I want too many people knowing about how powerful I am. What happens when you can go smooth, swift, focused? Data, knowledge, intelligence is the most powerful commodity in the world right now. What happens when you have instant access to it? What does that mean for your relationships? You can't jump right to, well, if I had access to all instant knowledge, I would just know exactly what he or she was thinking. It's true. You will begin to develop the skills to know what everyone around you is thinking. They won't be able to lie to you anymore, but you know what's bigger than that? Is you can't lie to yourself. When you are out of alignment, when you are out of integrity, when you are acting out of ego or a self-driven motivation, you're going to know and you're going to call yourself on it. You're going to be able to shift. When you learn to access instant information from this high level, and I'm talking high level of the Akashic Records here, everybody, this field where the knowledge is stored from unconditional love and zero judgment. When you can tap into that space, you cannot lie to yourself and nobody can lie to you. And I am going to be a truth teller for you today. I see many of you guys asking your questions. I want a reading. Emily, I'd like a reading, please. I'm done listening to the preaching you're doing for today. I'm ready for a reading. All right, let's dive in. Let's get into some readings. Please say hello once you get here if you haven't already. Let us know where you're from. I like everyone to begin to bring a mental picture to the light that we are expanding here on the planet as we each individually begin to illuminate our geographical territories. So please share where you're from. I'm going to dive in and grab some questions here. Ooh, right as I come on my computer, we've got 111 engagements. That's always fun. All right, you may ask questions about any area of your life, your health, your career, romance, creative projects, whatever is alive in you today that you would like divine guidance on. Please ask your questions. I do like questions that are specific, so ask me the specific questions. And we will also be doing a transmission to help anchor and stabilize the energy that will be coming in for all of us based on the individual readings. So yes, I will be doing an individual reading for some of you and a collective healing for everybody. Okay? Natasha Hall Chase, I see you saying, what does my future look like? All right, so Natasha, diving in. First of all, what Spirit wants everyone to know, not just Natasha, but everyone, is that the future exists in infinite possibility and there is a ton of wiggle room within our future. So if anybody out there wants to know about their future, please know that this message, at least part of it, any part of it that resonates is for you. But that aspect of recognizing that we have so much wiggle room, we have so much opportunity to make our worlds malleable and experience the desired future, the desired outcome. So first of all, stand in that power, okay? So diving into specifically you, my dear Natasha. Spirit's showing me that you are at a crossroads right now where that idea of being at the fork in the road where two timelines are definitely, you're having the opportunity, there's a fork. It's like you're going this way or we're going this way, okay? you have the opportunity to affect the way that you want that to go. And it's really important that you have a want, that you have a desire, that you participate in this, because this is part of an initiation to reclaim your power, Natasha. So do not disregard the power of choice that you have and the importance that you make that choice. Because if you don't, it's like you don't pass this level of the initiation of standing for what it is that you want and choosing and carving out your path. So bring powerful awareness to, they're not necessarily showing me that you can make a wrong decision, but your choice in directing and guiding what comes next is really important. And that's more important, truthfully, than the outcome of either choice. It's more about the pattern and the understanding that this is about taking your power back. Okay? All right, so anybody who is in a place where, I was going to say, are we going to go with just asking Spirit for clarification? If we were going to go specifically with this being for clarification of our future, but that's not really where Spirit wants to go with it, because future exists in infinite possibility. You get to clarify it based on where you choose to have your thoughts and your emotions, which create a frequency coming out of you. And the choice is important. So rather than bringing in energy to clarify future, we're going to bring in energy to stand in our power, okay? And to harness that energy of choice. Woo! This is good stuff. Okay, Spirit's wanting us to focus on the solar plexus. So find your belly button and go about 2 inches above your belly button, everybody. And I want you to see a radiating disc of yellow energy, a spinning wheel of energy. Your chakras are spinning vortexes of energy, and this is your personal power center. And I want you to see vibrant yellow expanding through the body in 360 degrees, moving all out through the body, 6 feet in all directions. You can move it out. Okay, to really engage with this energy, color has a vibrational frequency that will attune your energy field. There's alchemy in imagining color. So as you are closing your eyes right now, give yourself 2 wizard or wizardess, high priestess thumbs up for being able to imagine the color yellow. It's really that easy, but I'm going to fine tune your skills for you here in just a second. You're not just going to imagine, but stay with me. Okay, when you're bringing that energy frequency up in your imagination, you are actually holding that color vibrational frequency, which has, it's alchemizing, means it shifts the energy within your body. Okay? So I want you to hold that yellow energy, and let's play with it a bit. I want you to make it more vibrant, increasing the intensity of that yellow. Play with the hues and shades a little bit. Remember your crayon box? Play with the lemon yellows and the goldenrods. Okay, engaging the imagination, engaging some childlike memory and play here. Good job. Go into pastels now. See if you can dial back the vibrational frequency. And notice if your body can begin to detect the subtle differences of those frequencies. The pastel yellow might not necessarily be less intense of a frequency. It might just feel different in your body. So just notice. Just notice. Okay, so now we're going to add multidimensional awareness, quantum awareness to color. Okay, we're experiencing it a little flat right now. Oh yes, we have the 3D going in all directions. You've got that energy moving 360 degrees and you've got the color going. But you're more multidimensional than just experiencing it from this perspective. So I want you to add sound to it now. What if that yellow vibrational frequency, find the yellow that you like a lot, hold that, and give it a sound now, and feel that sound beginning to vibrate through the body. My chimes just went off outside. So this is how you begin to experience this energy more quantumly, more multidimensionally. So imagine that you can hear, imagine that you can feel that color, that sound, that vibration emanating from every cell inside of your body. I'm wiggling my hands like I'm pretending that I can feel my body vibrating. I can feel my body vibrating, but I'm acting it out for you a little bit. Sometimes you gotta fake it till you make it, and that's okay. Because there's a certain amount of disbelief that is programmed into all of us that will cause your subtle body not to actually feel the sensations of the energy. When you melt enough of that subtle disbelief, I should say, actually, it's more like profound disbelief. When you melt the profound disbelief within yourself, that can be supported by your familial constructs or your societal constructs, when enough of that melts, the physical body will come back alive. But you can shake it and pretend like it's you making that energy if you want in the beginning. Okay? Good job, everybody. Holding that frequency for just a couple more moments, that yellow, engaging our personal power. Good. And you can release. Great. Thank you all who are here, who have shared out. The more we bring together in this sacred vessel, this sacred space, the more each one of you individually receive here, the more we create offerings, gifts, blessings for each other, the more dynamically we can all receive. So I want to pause and thank you all for being here with me and sharing. All right, so let's dive in next. I'm going to scroll here. Julio said, the synchronized breathing helps a lot. My schedule has gotten incredibly busy, which makes it difficult to show up and do synchronized breathing, but synchronized breathing is powerful and profound. We will do it as a part of the next activation, okay? Okay, so Tony Monet says, I believe part of my gift is to offer healing through words. Is intuitive, your life automatic writing aligned with my journal? Let me just click see more. Tony. All right, my phone's not oh, there we go. Is it aligned, automatic writing aligned with my journey? If so, how do I do that? I love automatic writing. It's probably why I was drawn to this. Automatic writing, for those of you who are new and learning about all of the beautiful ways that we can open our gifts, skills, and abilities, automatic writing is incredible. Who has read Conversations with God by Neale Donald Walsch? This was the first time that I had ever been turned on to and understood what automatic writing was. Sometimes it's also called channel writing. What Neale Donald Walsch did was pose the deepest questions that he could possibly think of to the Lord God Almighty himself on a simple white piece of paper. Write down the questions. And then he allowed himself to get out of the way and just start unediting writing the answers. Now, I will share, I just realized, oh, this is a pattern. This happened more than once in my life. I don't know if I'm going to share that. This always happens when you're live on the air and there's so many things going through your mind. A very personal moment and story just popped up. I'll decide if I'm brave enough to share it with you guys or not yet. Because this happened to me one other time besides when I read Neale Donald Walsch's book, Conversations with God. I read it and I was like, oh, I can do that. I can do that too. And I began doing it. All right, it happened with one other book. My face is getting so red. It happened with 50 Shades of Grey, okay? That's what I was going to say. It happened once then too. I was reading that book and I'm like, God, why is everybody loving this? I can write better than this. So I may have just written a little short story once upon a time about 10 years ago. But maybe this has happened to you too. I'm like, what other books has that actually happened on? I realize now that's a thing. But it is a thing. Because this is how energy works. When you come into the consciousness of something that ignites you, that inspires you, that you can do too, you will feel that. You will feel like, oh, I can do this too. And you'll get inspired to try it. I encourage you to do that. You are a master. Follow the breadcrumbs that are right smack in front of you and dive in. Okay? So definitely try automatic writing. And Tony, I want to encourage you to continue using automatic writing and this intuitive writing that you're doing to ask about what the best ways to uncover your healing gift through words. What's the best way to do it? I think it's going to come through really quickly for you. Like just once you get going and you get writing on it, because all of the pieces are so symbolically aligned. I mean, you're writing and you're using words and you're using that actual process of channel writing to uncover the journey of how to use your beautiful words to heal people. Okay, here's the biggest tip, and this is what we'll do the activation for, and we're going to do it with breathing today. Okay, the biggest tip for anybody who wants to engage in automatic writing, give it a try, see what secret knowledge exists inside of you. The biggest thing you need is just to get out of your way, to be willing to write unedited, like no one is ever going to read this ever. Because when we edit ourselves, when we judge ourselves, when we get in our own way, you will instantly stop the flow. And sometimes that can be a difficult threshold to cross until you do. It's one of those that you're like, ooh, I don't know, but it just keeps coming up. I just keep wanting to judge myself. Let me just share with you by the law of association, because for the most part, I won't say 100%. Sometimes I go back on these videos and I'm like, damn, I need to cut my hair. Miss Nancy's going to get on me for banging my triangle too loud and scaring Apollo and not getting my ends trimmed often enough. But for the most part, my 20 years in Hollywood made me not care about what people are thinking of me, how they're receiving what it is that I'm showing up and bringing. And that was a huge training ground. And again, it comes from 20 years of trying to walk normal into Miramax, where you have 20 execs in front of you reading with actors, other stars who are getting paid a heck of a lot more money than you're getting paid, and you just gotta be able to get out of your way. Okay, so I'll just throw that in as a little freebie. The law of association, sharing all of that experience, transmuting, caring, how I'm being received. Give yourself space to just, as Drew Barrymore says, let your freak flag fly. Give yourself space to be you. Give yourself space to be amazing. Give yourself space to mess up. Give yourself space to admit that when you were wrong. Make fun of yourself when you need a damn haircut. And don't take it all so seriously. Hang out with other people who are not taking themselves so seriously either. Who are doing deep work, but are creating vulnerable space to just be real. Just receiving that. We're going to make that transition of bringing that energy into your body, into your awareness, your mind, and emotions with the breath. So take a nice deep breath in with me. Easing into yourself, exhaling, easing into your skin. Being willing to not judge, not edit yourself. Deep breath in. Exhaling. When we breathe together like this, super powerful. Another way that we can alchemize our energy. Deep breath in. Exhaling. Imagine that the breath is transforming you from the most inner core of who you are to the space all around you, creating sacred, safe space for you to just be you, to explore yourself, explore what you're good at. Allow yourself to see who you are when you stop editing yourself. That's what we really want, is we want permission to get real and authentic and vulnerable, and for that to be okay. And just simply creating that with our breath. In unison here together. One more nice deep breath in. Exhaling. Whew, that was a good one. Thank you, Julio and Tony, for bringing that in for all of us. Let's get through one more here together today. All right. How are you guys feeling, by the way? I'm feeling a little lightheaded, like I need a drink of water, actually. Jason Brewer says, I don't know what path to take next. Isn't it amazing how this works? We come in patterns. We come in collective circles together. We talked about that at the very beginning, Jason. I honor and thank you for asking that and presenting that vulnerability here in this space, because that just goes to show me that there are many of us who are unclear and unsure about our future. So we needed just the messages that came in today. So make sure that you go back and check in with the beginning of this broadcast when we talk about our futures. All right, I'm going to dive in and get one more question. I'm scrolling. Let's see. Cecilia Mary says, hi, I'm from Ontario, Canada. Do you see love coming soon, please? Okay, let's tune in to Cecilia. Spirit has brought me specifically to this question because Spirit wants to address some twin flame terminology. Recognize that Spirit is just inviting everyone who is hearing and wondering about twin flame energy in your life. Recognize twin flame energy as the most powerful mirrored energy that is available to us. And so if you are wondering about somebody being your twin flame just is anybody who is mirroring your deepest thing back to you. They are acting as your mirror, your twin in that moment to show up and assist you with whatever you need assistance with. And generally, by the way, our twin flames, we have all of this idea because we've seen The Notebook and we've seen a lot of romantic movies. We have an incredible expectation that our twin flame comes along and it's like happily ever after. Twin flames are like soulmates. When they come along and they show up in your life, get ready to get down to work, okay? Get ready to get down to business, because those divinely contracted soul relationships are divine to illuminate and uplift both people, balancing karma and creating opportunities to learn and grow and expand with each other. But a lot of times, it don't look all like fairies and rainbows quite yet, okay? Relationships right now, and Cecilia, this is one thing that the guides also want to bring your awareness to, is that the collective paradigm is in energies that are following relationships, and relationship truths and norms are shifting and changing right now. So there's actually a reason why lots of reasons why, as we know, our situations always have very multidimensional reasons why we're experiencing them. But one of the bigger picture aspects, Cecilia, that they want you to recognize is there's a big dynamic shift happening between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And the partner, the relationship that you are preparing for, that you are creating the space for, and I do feel that coming for you, is a part of the new earth paradigm, is what they're showing me. Okay, meaning you need an enlightened soul walking next to you, and as the earth as a whole, I mean, we're shifting and changing from 3D up into 5D, and all of the inhabitants on the earth, it's not all happening 100% simultaneously. So there are people that are shifting at their own rates. There are banking systems that are shifting. There are global disclosures that are shifting, government things shifting. Everything's kind of shifting at the rate that it's shifting at, that it's designed to shift at. And part of the hold up basically is this shifting, this rearranging that is happening in your paradigm. What you can do to continue to procure and hold space for that is be as 5D and create as many opportunities for you to experience yourself as 5D, Cecilia, that you can. Now, that definitely means in your meditation, in your personal practice, but it also means in getting out into the world. Like they're saying you got to find yourself in locations where there is more than just you holding that 5D energy or you in your space. It's like you have nature, you have people, you have the yoga classes, retreats, things like that. And continue to create that environment all around you. All right. So anybody who is wanting to experience something coming in, we're going to do the activation for anybody wanting to procure or create or manifest some kind of divinity of abundance or connection or opportunity in your life. These are all truly soulmate relationships. I see somebody popped up and said, I choose that. The yes, I see you, I see you, I see you. Those of you who are ready to create that energetic, that quantum environment to receive, to create with ease. I'm just going to invite you to experience, in order to do this, in order to get really good at manifesting, at creating, at bringing these things into our energy field, we must transcend our own physical bodies. Okay, it's the physical limitations of how we have experienced ourselves in the past that's messing with you. Okay, so in order to get good at this, I want you to just close your eyes, go deeply inward, and begin experiencing yourself like we did with the solar plexus activation. Begin experiencing yourself as color, as light, as sound. And I do this with my students. We have a very specific way of doing it. If you guys want to know more about that, you got to dive into the Akashic Academy or training within the Akashic Records, which I will invite each and every one of you to reach out and learn more about how engaging in a deeper relationship with me and with the Akashic Academy can create the environment and procure the spiritual advancement and the growth that you're looking for. So feel free to send me a private message if that level of exploration is for you. But beginning to experience yourself as quantum energy helps bring you into connection with your quantum world more dynamically. It brings you back from that separate nature and identification with your world into the understanding of your own quantum energy and relationship with everything around you. And so to do that, we got to stop seeing ourselves as physical bodies and see yourself as the divine components of what make up all that we know and experience, which is sacred geometry, sacred light, sacred sound, sacred vibration. And just experience yourself, yourselves, as this quantum energy. And it's very important that you take time every day to begin to witness and experience yourself as this quantum energy. If you want to be able to escape the limitations of the physical nature of how you've experienced life so far, you got to learn how to get quantum with yourself. There are a lot of people who want big transformation, big shifts in their business, They want to get strong, crystal clear messages, yet they're not willing to take 10, 20 minutes a day to meditate or to experience yourself in the quantum level. And some of us just don't know how. Some of us have never been taught how to do such an easy exercise that brings us into a deeper level of awareness with ourselves. With that, we are going to wrap up today. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode here. Again, if you have curiosity about who you are, how you're showing up, how your gifts and skills can get sharper, how you can create a career with your personal transformation, sharing your personal transformation, I want you to know that this is possible. This is not a dream. This is not a childhood fantasy that you're making up again. Maybe you've been told that before. Maybe you wanted to be a fairy when you were little. This is your opportunity to be a fairy, to be a shaman, to be a wizard, to learn how to tap the skills that are necessary as humanity continues to grow and evolve. I don't know if anybody has seen The Greatest Hack, The Great Hack. It's a documentary on Netflix. Knowledge, information, data is now the number one commodity in the world, above oil. Think about what this means when you translate it from the physical world to the metaphysical world. I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you.